December 2007, the Stone Love 35th anniversary. Hundreds of fans are screaming, the bass is pumping, and two of Dancehall's biggest rising stars are locked in a deadly lyrical battle. But in a split second, the lyrics stop. A flash of metal appears in the stage lights. Munga Honorable used the microphone to defend himself. This wasn't just a clash anymore. It was a fight for survival on live stage, and it almost changed dancehall history forever. Here's the instant story of the night. The Gaza camp and the Gangsta Ras took it way too far.
Yo, one know the history of dancehall, link and Entourage Records. One know the talk I turn in dancehall, link and Entourage Records. Your entourage, the meat you know eat from money, your ruggedness.
Bless up, and welcome back to Entourage Records. You're new via here, please consider subscribing. Turn on your post notification bell so whenever I make a new upload, you can be the first to be notified. In December 2007, one heated lyrical rivalry between dancehall artists Munga Honorable and Deva Bratt turned violent on stage in front of everybody at the Stone Love 35th anniversary in Kingston, Jamaica. After Munga allegedly pulled out a knife after Deva Bratt rushed him. The incident involving a stage invasion by Deva Bratt caused immediate uproar, leading to public apologies from both artists and intervention by senior figures to prevent the feud from escalating. The event is remembered as a pivotal, dangerous moment in a dancehall history. So what really happened and what really caused the feud between the Gangsta Ras and the prefect from Gaza? Well, Munga Honorable at the time was the hottest breakout artist in dancehall, despite the Gully and the Gaza war between Vybz Kartel and Mavado. Munga had some massive hot songs produced by Dan Carleon, like Bad From a Barn, where he had on the gearbox rhythm, Flipping Rhymes, a massive hit song on the altitude rhythm that solidified his distinct flow, and also Earthquake, a high energy staple on the unification rhythm. So on the other hand now, we had Deva Bratt, the lyricist. He had songs like Bunga Gal. This was Deva Bratt's first officially breakout radio hit. The track showcased in versatility, blending a catchy fast-paced flow with raw dancehall energy. And he also had bag talking on the gearbox rhythm as well, just like Munga. So, the musical rivalry between Munga Honorable and Deva was sparked by camp warfare, name dropping for relevance, and Munga's early dominance over upcoming artists. The feud was fueled by three primary catalysts. One, the clash of the camps, Alliance versus Gaza. By 2007, dancehall was heavily divided by camp politics. Munga Honorable was closely associated with Dan Carleon's camp and heavily affiliated with Bounty Killer's Alliance network. Conversely, Deva Bratt was an original co-founder and War Factory lyricist for Vybz Kartel, Portmore Empire, Gaza. Because Vybz Kartel had recently split from the Alliance, tension between the two camps was at an all-time high, making their artists natural targets for each other. Number two, Munga's dominant success strategy. Munga broke onto the scene using a fierce formula, blending a conscious Rastafarian image with hardcore aggressive lyrics. His breakout track, No Bad Like I, openly attacked upcoming DJs, declaring they couldn't match his style. As Munga dominated the airwaves in 2007, he became a massive target. Younger or lesser known artists realized that throwing diss tracks at Munga was the fastest way to get noticed and build a name for themselves. The next reason is Deva Bratt lyrical name dropping. He was known for being a provocateur. Deva Bratt actively sought out lyrical battles with Alliance affiliated artists. Remember, like Busy Signal, Flex, and Idonia. He said it himself. So when Idonia joined up with Vybz Kartel, that caused him and Idonia feud to dissolve. When those artists largely ignored him, Deva Bratt pivoted his focus entirely towards Munga Honorable, launching direct lyrical attacks in underground tracks and mixtapes. Munga took the bait and retaliated with hard-hitting tracks like No Afraid of No Boy, which locked them into a bitter lyrical war that eventually boiled over into the physical stage fight. So the night in question is, both artists were at the stage show. Munga was the first to go on stage. While he was on stage, the stage manager had alerted him about time. So he insisted that he wanted another few minutes because he had a personal grudge. And we just know exactly what that means. And she obliged. So Munga decided to draw one of his diss tracks. And this diss track was directed at Deva Bratt. Bad from a barn and all those things. So Deva Bratt, who was in attendance, probably felt some type of way or was drawn out, where he found himself on stage and pushed off one of Munga's friends who was up there as well with him. And that's when all hell broke loose. Munga abruptly turned and used the microphone and knocked Deva Bratt upside his head. And this turned out into an all-out brawl between two camps. But it was also alleged that Munga also had pulled a knife. This incident had people scampering all over the venue, with Mataran as one of the selectors was trying to make his voice heard, or more likely to be a part of the hype, probably to say he was the one who referee and to calm it down. Sizzla, on the other hand, who had to wrestle or took the microphone from Tony Mataran to restore some kind of order, and Sizzla warned both artists in a Sizzla expletive manner to not to try mash up Stone Love's 35th anniversary. Many people was of the opinion say Munga Honorable provoked the war with his lyrics, but the actual onstage fight was a complete explosion of pure ego, adrenaline, and toxic testosterone. Analyzing how the clash went from a studio mic to a physical weapon reveals that both artists completely threw out standard sound system protocol. And even though Munga might have provoked the war with his distance, but strictly within traditional rules of dancehall, Munga seems like he had baited Deva Bratt because Fime's entire brand from 2007 was built on being untouchable, with theme tracks like No Bad Like I and Bad From A Barn were wide net provocations meant to bait anyone who thought they could test him. Munga didn't single out Deva Bratt initially. He drew a lyrical line in the sand for the entire industry. However, when Deva Bratt stepped over the line there with his underground tracks, Munga drew sharp, retaliatory diss tracks and turned a general posture into a highly personal war. Because in a traditional clash culture, you wait for your turn until your family called up to the stage for a tune-for-tune showdown. Deva Bratt didn't do such things. He just go ahead and forward on the stage brawling. Munga was arguably the artist in a Jamaica at that moment. Deva Bratt tracking Munga's massive crowd response, bum rushed the stage while Munga was holding the mic. By forcing himself onto the stage or onto Munga's set rather than waiting for his own segment or a clean transition, Deva Bratt ensured that the interaction would begin with a defensive, hostile reaction. Ultimately, what happened at the Stone Love anniversary wasn't a calculated marketing strategy. It was an ego-driven disaster. We had two very young, hungry artists from rival powerhouse camp. We know say Munga never in alliance, but we went aligned to it. And we know say Deva was in the Gaza. They must stand in front of a massive, hyperreactive Kingston crowd. When Deva Bratt got in Munga's face, Munga's ego couldn't allow him to back down, especially carrying his aggressive Gangsta Ras persona. Deva Bratt's pride wouldn't let him back away from the top artist. The moment physical contact was made, logic vanished. Testosterone took over completely, resulting in traded punches, and Munga notoriously drawing a weapon on stage. Allegedly, it was a textbook case of artists becoming prisoners of their own rough and ready lyrics, unable to separate their real life safety from them stage personas. Viewers and subscribers, let me know what you think so we can talk about it. We've come to the end of another video. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel those who have done so as yet. Also, please turn on your post notification bell so whenever I make a new upload, you can be the first to be notified. Peace out, bless up. I'll definitely catch you in the next one.